here at Picks and Parlays today. We're doing a first half college football rapid fire, and I've got Kurt Alexander here to do it with us. Hey, Kurt, how's it going? You stoked about this?
Oh, yeah, Allie, I'm starting to really love these first half totals.
Yeah, you're crushing them. You're 4-1. We were both 4-1 last week in the NFL and in college.
Yes, and in college. Yeah, we might be onto something here. Let's cash tickets. First half's cash too. So,
yep. Yeah. They sure do. And it's just something else you can make more money. You handicap one game. Why don't you bet it 5 or 6 different ways,
Exactly.
That's it. All right. So we're going through 5 picks in about 5 minutes here. All right. Penn State at Rutgers. The number here is 28.5. Shoot.
Allie, I'm going to take this one under for the first half. The reason behind my under, when you look at both of these teams, Penn State, they're averaging 24, 35, 33 total points in the first half. But Penn State themselves, they're only responsible for about 6 to 7 points each game. So it's on the other side where they're giving it up. I look at Rutgers at home, lower scoring first half. So that's what made me go with the under here, the under 28.5. And you get that hook to help you out.
Love a good hook. Love a good hook. It's the pirate in me. All right, we're going to yarg. Rice is at Marshall. 24.5 is the number. Fire away.
Allie, this is a Marshall team that we don't talk about, but they're undefeated, and they have a really good defense. If you look at their first halves, aside from last week where they put up 28, but it's usually 17, 13. You see another 17. I took this one under the total. Even though Rice does give it up, I think Marshall is actually going to play solid enough defense to keep this one under that 24.5. It's a really low number, so I'm going to go with the under 24.5.
That's what I thought when I looked at it too. That seems like it's a pretty low number. So
it's like a Marshall type game. You'll see a lot of the Marshall scores in the first half, and it'll just kind of die. You'll see 14-0, and it'll just kind of be 14-0, and it'll be halftime. Right. And then third quarter, it's still 14-0. So yeah, that's how those Marshall games go sometimes.
So there it is. Yeah. Guys at home, don't forget, like, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. We've also got a rapid fire first half NFL coming up next. You never want to miss any of the pods, the free picks, all that jazz we do. And leave your comments in the comment box. We like to see what you guys think about these matchups too. Up next, we've got Florida at Tennessee. This number's 31.5.
A nice SEC matchup here. I'm taking this one under as well. I'm just realizing I have quite a few unders. I'm taking this one under as well. A lot of times when you think about Florida, you compare them to Alabama. I've said this before on the show. Alabama puts up 28 in the first half. You might as well give it to them before they walk out of the locker room. They already got 28 points on the board. But Florida, I would assume, does the same thing, but they don't. Florida will put up 20. You'll see 17, 14. So you're going to need some help from the other side from Tennessee to get this one over that total. I don't think you're going to get it from Tennessee. I see a lot of 10 points in the first half, a few 13s. There's 121, but then you see 14 again. It's just a little too low. I'm going to take this one under the total. I'm not going to get enough points from Tennessee, and I don't think Florida is going to score enough to take this one over that 31.5.
All right, undertaking it again. Up next, I have Toledo at, is it North or Northern Illinois?
Northern.
It is Northern. Okay. I sometimes get confused with my East and my Easterns and stuff like that. So Toledo at Northern Illinois, and I got 28.5. Fire away.
Yeah, Maction, you're going to see these high totals, and you're going to see them for a good reason. Toledo, 21, 24, these are their first half totals. This is what they put on the board, except for last week. So last week you had 3 points in the first half against Ball State. That actually made me look at Ball State a little more like, wow, you were able to hold Toledo to absolutely nothing. 3 points basically in the first half. You look on the other side of the ball, Northern Illinois, they'll give up points, but they don't score any. You have a few games here where you see 7. I see 14 against Ball State again. There's that Ball State team. I'm taking this one under the total as well. Toledo didn't score enough for me last week, and it just doesn't look like Northern Illinois scores enough. So I'm taking this one under as well.
We're going under again.
Yeah.
Is it weather related? I mean, these are all like easterly.
I'm looking at these numbers, and you remember it's first half, so a lot of times we'll see
Right.
what teams have at the end of the game, but we won't really, dissect it if it happened in the first half of the game, the third quarter of the game, fourth quarter. We see a lot of action there. Yeah, I'm just going strictly off of what these teams start off doing. Maybe the halftime speech. I always talk about this halftime speech. All right, guys, let's start scoring some points. So
Right.
yeah, maybe it's before the halftime
Well,
speech.
and like your motivations here and here at the beginning of a game, but then in the second half, someone's usually losing. I
Yeah,
mean, it could be tied, but someone's usually losing, and there's going to be that push of momentum to come back and roll. So
right.
playing from behind, if you will. And I find that a lot when I go over totals or half totals that, oh, these guys always score a crap ton in the second half. Well, that's because they're always losing in the first, and they're playing
Good
from
point.
behind. So that's something to look at. All right, we got one more to
One more for
go.
college.
Way out west. Oregon at Cal, 29.5 is the number here. Devastated by the Civil War.
Oh my goodness.
There. Congratulations, Alex Crawford. You beat me. All right, Kurt, what do you got on this one?
A lot of those points came late in that game too, in that Civil War game. They put up a bunch in the first half, but a lot of them came late in that game. But this is the game that I am going to take over. It's Oregon. It's not the Oregon of old where that duck used to have like 127 push-ups by halftime. This one, they're starting off a little slower. You see 14-14, 24-24 as far as the points that they put up, but they get over this 29.5 number. They've gone over it pretty much every game except for the first game of the season. So I like that. On the other side, I look at Cal. Will Cal be able to put up the points? Aside from week number 1, they have put up points. So we have 20. We have 10 last week. We had 10 the first week. Last week, not as much, but this week I think they will. I think they'll play with the Oregon pace. Last week was against Stanford, so it's understandable that one went under. This one will go over that 29.5 total.
Yeah, the Ducks do not have the defense that Stanford has. That is for certain.
Yeah.
And we just did that game in the live cap video, and Nick and Dan both liked it to go full game over as well.
Okay.
So there you have it. All right, guys. Well, that just about wraps up the college football rapid fire. We're about to log off and log right back on and do an NFL first half rapid fire. Thank you guys for joining us. Don't forget, leave your comments in the box and let us know what you like.